Right, let's just do some spring updates. So it's the 11th of April today, I think. It's a Friday anyway. It is about 20 degrees, it's lovely, very little wind. I apologise if that chainsaw is picking up on the audio. Someone down the line doing some tree work, I believe. Anyway, so just a little look at some stuff that's happened. Obviously the Persicaria is really starting to go some. Red Dragon and the Purple Fantasy, I don't know if that's picking up. It is well over 2 foot now. It's really starting to kick in, doing well. Notice some of the spears on some of the palms have started to open. Syagrus here, Airspather. Done really well over winter, to be fair. Some of the older fronds, we've got some slight brown tipping. We cut the worst off, but there's a few there. But yeah, no, in general, that's done really well. Right, so let's just go around here because I've got a lot to look at. So I planted this Brahea amata, Mexican blue fan palm. I'm going to say it's about 3 weeks ago, and we all know, or if you don't, you'll know now that the roots are very sensitive. They can literally drop dead if you pull the roots about, you lump them down too hard. They are really that sensitive. So I was really careful how I planted this up. I've been watering it plenty because we've had no rain for over a month now here on the east coast in Suffolk. It's been very dry, very sunny. Still cool nights, but you know, nice and warm during the day. But when I planted this, the centre spear was totally closed. So let me see if I can get the angle on this. And as we can see, since being planted, it is starting to open up. So that's sort of a sigh of relief. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the palm is unscathed from any root disturbance. It just means that it's growing, so it's starting to open up, so there's life in it. I think it's a good sign. Like I say, I was quite careful how I planted this up. And yeah, so we've actually got 3 spears coming out at once. We've got the big one here, and this is the secondary one. And if we go down, I don't know if you can pick that up, there's a third there as well. So yeah, that's seems to be settling in well, looking fantastic in the sun. When these spears open up fully, or at least 2 of them, I will cut these 2 leaves off because they're the sort of odd ones out, and that would be sort of quite a nice neat crown on that palm there. Yeah, so that's really good news. That seemed to got lucky really. I mean, I did plant it probably a little bit too early, a bit premature, but I did keep an eye on the local forecast and we had no frosts. And to be fair, this has been out in up to -4 temperatures in the pot anyway, so I knew that weren't going to be an issue planting it if it's cool at night. Yeah, so that's a sort of success story. One thing that was a little bit disappointing, so I've got this Syagrus medullaris here, which is the black tree fern, and I love it there. It's fantastic. It really does. The stems of that, just petioles, they just look amazing against the green leaves at the back, really sort of dark black. And as we can see, that's done really well. This is really starting to push out and open up this frond. And yeah, we've got another crosier down there, quite a big one by the looks of it, so that's going to do well. But the biggest leaf, which unsurprising really, has caught the wind. The day I put it out, the day after I put it out, as we can see, has snapped. I could tie it up and prop it up, but I'll leave it, let nature take its course. We can see the leaf sort of bent over there. It hasn't really died off. I mean, this happened, I don't know, a week and a half ago, whatever. I'll wait till this one here opens up, and when this crosier starts uncurling, gets a bit bigger, that'll take its place, and I will cut it off at that point. Yeah, a little bit disappointing, but you know, that's a big leaf, and that was quite windy that day. Yeah, I think I didn't actually mention I think I'd done the garden tour a week or so ago, and at the time this centre bed was just bare soil other than the cordylines planted up. So I have since then obviously done a few summer bedding and a bit of plantings here. So what we have got is some dwarf cannas either side there. We've got loads of pink china gone in. Well, I say loads, about 7, so I've sort of just dotted them about along this side and along the other side. And I put a load of impatiens, just sort of the cheap summer bedding ones. And when I bought these, I mean, that's a real good deal from the range. I think they're $2.50 each for a 10 blister pack, or I think that's yeah, free for £6. So 30 plants for £6, you know, 20p a plant. I get these every year. They're just the bright pink ones, which I think is quite a tropical colour, and they're very small and they've got sunburnt, but I've been watering them and they'll settle in, and they will eventually make a nice little permanently, I say permanently throughout the summer, just continually flower. They're brilliant, about 1 foot round, and you know, only 6-8 inches high, but they just flower non-stop until the first frost. They're brilliant. Yeah, so we've dotted them about. I've still got loads of space in between for some more interesting collocations when it gets a little bit warmer. Again, I didn't harden these pink china off. These ones are just in the hothouse, which were starting to grow, so I haven't hardened them off, and as we can see there, they've gone sort of grey. They've got sunburnt. No surprise, but I'm not too concerned. All the new leaves will be fine. I'm not going to waste time trying to harden them off. They're all pushing out new leaves, so not an issue. They'll be fine. Yeah, so they will in a year or two sort of spread a bit and fill out nicely, along with the euphorbia there, which again, when I planted this a week or so ago, didn't really have any flowers on it, and since it's gone in, really started to come to life. It's looking good. Right, so let's finish up. I've had a bit of time this afternoon, just a couple of hours. Finished work at 2, come straight home, water stuff, and I've planted a few plants. Why not? It's sunny and warm, gets you in the mood. So 3 plants have gone in, and this, I call it the shade corner, but in fairness, in winter this is full sun, and even in summer it gets a good amount of sun, you know, 6 to 8 hours sort of dappled stroke full sun in this area. But I get away with a lot of shade plants in that corner as well. But yeah, so what I put in, so as I mentioned in the previous video, we've got a palm tree here, probably not showing up very well against all the stuff in the background, all the trees, but what it is a Syagrus coronata. There's the tag there. So this is obviously a relative of the queen palm, but with silver back to the leaves. Similar hardiness, not quite as hardy, but this is the year it's got too big for where it was in the hothouse. So it is, well, you can see 11 foot was where it's sitting in the hothouse. I don't know if you can see it, but there's quite a bend on that frond, which is where it's hitting the top 11 foot. So that's well over 12 foot high. So it's getting a bit too tall. I mean, it's been in the hothouse for the last 2 winters, which has seen probably -1, -2 this winter, because I didn't heat it. No damage whatsoever, so we're going to give that a chance in the garden. If it survives, brilliant. If it doesn't, no big deal. It's too big for where it was. We'll worry about that come autumn and winter, but for now we've got spring and summer ahead of us, and it has got a new spear pushing out here. So that'll be an interesting one. Behind that, and you won't remember this, but last year I got some monstera deliciosa from Mawson's, little tiny 9cm pot. I think they're 30 pence each. I got 2 or 3, and that's a couple of years ago, because they've been 2 winters in the hothouse and they've got quite big. So they've seen, again, minus temperatures. I won't say they're looking brilliant, but they're planted outside now. That's going to stay outside. I want to see, and I know other people have done this, see if it survives the winter. Possibly root hardy, probably the leaves will die, but what I might do is, because this is really is my best microclimate, which is why I've put some, something so tender, and probably one of the most tender palms I've got in this corn, because this gets full sun all winter and it very rarely gets a frost in this area. Real good microclimate. So we'll see. I've got a couple of bamboo stakes there, so I could drape some fleece over that over winter. And I said 3 plantings, so we've got the palm, we've got the monstera, and I did put another cordyline in. That one is Cherry Sensation, very similar to Charlie Boy, but a little bit deeper pinky purple, a little bit better colour, a bit stronger colour. So yeah, again, that's sort of in a real good sheltered microclimate there, and that should give me a pop of pink where everything else is green. And again, with the Southern Splendors, they had no problem overwintering. That's sort of in a similar microclimate underneath palm trees, and really no damage on them. I know a lot of people say all these colour cordylines, they don't survive a winter. Again, it depends on your position in the country, obviously, but this another Southern Splendor, just a little bit of discoloration on the very old leaves, but all the new stuff absolutely fine, looking really good. Right, before I finish, I'll just say, I know a lot of people are shouting at their TVs or phones, whatever you watch YouTube on, saying, oh, queen palms, they're not hardy in the UK. Well, no, they're probably not in a lot of the UK. There are some, obviously, I believe in London and sort of Cornwall area, I've been told, that are doing well. I'll go back to this one. This is a queen palm, but it is the mountain form, Santa Caterina, and well impressed. Very little damage, practically no damage this year. Last year we had nearly -7. In fact, I think we did have -7 last winter, and very slight browning on the tips, but in general that's done really well. Yes, it's a mountain form, a little bit, supposedly a little bit hardier. I have got other queen palms in the ground. I'm not going to say they're going to live forever, but we have average to mild winters. I think they'll be all right. That one has seen minus temperatures, recently planted out, and I've even got a very small one here. This is sat outside in a pot under a shelter in the middle of the garden, seen -4. Yes, sort of discoloration on the ends, but still alive. Slow grown unless we get a really hot summer, but there you go. I'm not going to keep going on about that. I don't need people telling me they're not hardy. I know they're not hardy or not potentially long-term palms, but you know, if I can have them for a few years and enjoy them, why not? So that is what is going on in the garden at the moment. The Jabaya, which I've been very impressed with. This one went in about this time last year and has opened up 3 fronds last year from a very small pot into the ground, and it opened up 3 fronds. We've got 2 spears coming out at once there, so that'll be one to watch. They seem to have settled in well, and hopefully that will continue to grow well for me. Right, we're gonna leave it there. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.